Jorge, many, many congratulations. The Red Bull Ring has always been Ducati land, but thankfully now it's Lorenzo land as well. A fantastic race today, Jorge. A classic fight with Marquez. What was the key to your victory today?
You know, Ducati won in 2016 and also last year, but I never won here. So, as you said, no, Ducati's land, Lorenzo's land, per two. So it's fantastic, no. Was one of my targets to win here. I knew I have a great chance with this bike, but also I knew Andrea was very strong in the braking, especially all the weekend. Lot of very good pace. The warm-up, he was so fast. He was the fastest one in the last lap. So I knew maybe he could have something more. But luckily for me, I was second in the race. Mark was pushing a lot. I was saving not so much, but some percentage of energy and tires. And luckily for me, Andrea was getting dropped. So was a matter of two, of Mark and myself, like in some races, no? So it's always very difficult to fight with Mark, especially now that they have much more power and they don't lose so much in the acceleration and on the straights. So, you know, forces were very equal at the end of the lap, but I was very strong in some parts of the tracks. He was very strong in some others, like in turn 3. He was really, really strong in this braking. He always overtook me there. He always blocked me there. But in the last lap, maybe he exaggerated a little bit of block me there. He stopped too much the bike, and this time he led me some meters in the outside, so I take profit of the acceleration, and with a nice opening of the throttle, I could accelerate very well and be in first position. So it was a little bit unexpected for me because my target, my strategy was to attack in this uphill of 4 or 5 gear, and in this braking of the 9. But you know, this blocking and stopping from Mark led me this space to attack before. So I stay in first position. I brake very hard in braking, closing the throttle and trying to accelerate very, very strong. And finally it works, and I beat Mark. That is always very, very difficult to beat.
You knew Mark was going to be very, very strong at the start of the race, Jorge. He did open up a gap of 1 second at about the halfway point. Did at that stage, were you worried that he'd already made the decisive break and it was going to be hard to catch him back up?
I was worried because I didn't know if he will drop the pace, no? At the end of he will keep the same pace all the race. So this was what worries me. Luckily for me, he dropped a little bit on braking, he dropped a little bit more on acceleration. So he didn't have this advantage of the beginning of the acceleration. So little by little and 10th by 10th, I was catching him. I think 10 laps till the end, or 8 laps till the end, I passed him and I took the leadership. But then he stayed there. Even if I start pushing a little bit more, he stayed there like a train. I couldn't go away. So finally, I knew if I wanted to beat him, I needed to beat him in the last lap, and this is what happened.
It was a classic last lap. Memories of Mugello in 2016 when you two fought so hard together. Talk us through some of those talking points on the last lap, Jorge, because I think there was a little bit of a nudge with your arms on the start-finish straight, going into braking zone for turn 1, and then turn number 3. It was a classic old-fashioned Jorge Lorenzo Pufuera around the outside.
Classic, but very, very classic, eh? Because the medium old Lorenzo from 7 years ago always open the gap and wins by seconds.
We quite like this new. We like this new style, Jorge Lorenzo.
I like to, and it works a lot. So especially I am stronger at the end of the race, probably weaker at the beginning, but weaker also because consciously. But yeah, at the end of the race I have more energy. I knew also the bike, this also makes the difference because before I didn't know how to manage all the tires and all the power with this bike, but now we are very strong in all the tracks. So let's gonna enjoy this victory, and in 2 days we will think about the Silverstone one.
And one key to the race as well was Sector 3. You'd struggled there all weekend in the dry conditions. You said yesterday you were going to study the videos. You obviously did your homework very, very well because you were much, much faster in that section.
Yes, and it surprised me a little bit. Not because I improved in that sector, but because the soft rear tire in that side was very, very soft. So I thought at the middle of the race I will struggle so much, but no, the tires stay there so much, so consistent. And one of the most difficult things for a rider is to improve the riding, to improve some sectors of the tracks. It's very difficult to do. Looks easy from the outside, but it's really difficult. So I'm very proud to just in a short in a short time I could improve so much. So I was losing maybe 2 tenths, and in the race I was gaining 2 tenths. So it was a matter of 3 or 4 tenths of improvement. So it was huge. So it was one of the keys. Together with the rear tire was one of the keys.
It's been a great week for you, Jorge. A victory here in Austria, podium in Brno last weekend. The British Grand Prix at Silverstone in 2 weeks' time, a track that's going to suit the Ducati. Your thoughts on going to Britain in 2 weeks' time? Hopefully some sun shining as well.
Yeah, for sure. I don't trust the English weather.
Neither do we.
It's impossible to trust English weather even in summer. So it's very normal that for sure one day we will have to go on the rain. We hope that on Sunday it's going to be dry.
Well, we like the classic Jorge Lorenzo from many years ago. We quite like the new one as well. Many congratulations, Jorge. A fantastic show for the fans today. Enjoy the celebration.
For sure, it's more nice to watch it. This new Jorge Lorenzo than the old one, but the heart struggle more.
Thanks, Jorge.